Good morning, YouTube fans. It's Carmen McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. And today I am at 474 West Broadway in the town of Lincoln. This home is a 1987 mobile home with a front porch addition on 4.17 acres. And it has 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. And we're going to go in and take a look at it. Just a little sneak peek. There are gardens here. There's place to put vegetables. There's places for your other kinds of plants, flowers and brush and bushes. Let's go in and take a look. So when you come in the house, the first thing that you have is this great porch. It's a 3-season porch. It's not heated out here. It wouldn't be hard to put a wall heater in, direct vent, and finish insulating this and, replace these windows with something a little more substantial and use this as living space. But it's a great space for 3 seasons of the year. You can sit out here and put a table out here and eat your meals, or you could have seating areas here so you can look out over the lawn. I understand that there are deer that come through on a regular basis. We'll talk about those later when we talk about the cages outside for the plants and why they're there. And then, you can see the nice sunrise over on this side, and it really is a nice place to hang out. Also, it's extra added storage since there is no garage here, and mobile homes, traditionally don't have a whole lot of storage. So there's great storage here. She has left some wall units for you to use, use them, replace them, do whatever you'd like. But, at least it is plenty of space for you to store your things. So we're going to take a look inside. This is not a completely typical layout for a mobile home. You have the kitchen here to your right as you come in the door. It does have dishwasher, nice, fairly modern electric range, plenty of cupboards. There's cupboards here, there's cupboards down around there, and there's also cupboards behind me over here, along with your refrigerator. And then over here, there's the dining area. She does have these frosted. You can take the frost off. And also she has taken the frost off this one so that her cats could look out the window. And the laundry is right here. Kind of a strange place for a laundry, but it works great because, if you're in the kitchen doing your laundry right here, you can fold it on the table, but there is a washer and a dryer both. This one is up on a pedestal so that you can easily get things in and out of the dryer. And then out this door, there is a deck that we'll look at later. We're here in the living room. This is obviously where she had her television. You could easily put it over there. There's plenty of electrical outlets in this room. Also, she had this nice gas fireplace set here. If you wanted to move that to some other place in the room, you just have to actually, you'd have to have someone come and reroute the propane for you. And then you could put bar stools along here to use this as an eat-in bar. We're going to head down the hallway. Here on my left is the first bedroom. And then if you can hear this is actually, the heat is on because it is Maine and it is April and it is snowing outside. But we're going to try to ignore that and maybe it'll go away. Anyway, so then we have the bathroom, which has a full-size tub. It also houses the electric hot water heater. This first small bedroom, perfect size for an office. You could have filing cabinets in here, have a little seating area if you want, have your desk, and you could look out over the garden. It would be a great use for this room. I'm here in the master bedroom, or maybe it's the only bedroom, I don't know. It has a large closet area on the opposite side from where I was standing. Just so you know, this house is about 940 square feet. It does, as I said before, sit on about 4 acres. It is a 1987 mobile home. And, we understand that there is a lot that needs to happen to this mobile in order for it to come up to some people's standards. On the other hand, you could move right in and then decide to build a house here and not have to worry about where you're going to live in the meantime. So, there's that. Also, the price that we put it at reflects that. So here in the master bedroom, behind the door, you'll find the 100 amp electrical entrance. It is circuit breakers, so, easily accessible if you should have an issue. And then right outside this door, you'll find another exit out back. There's a little teeny porch out here. Truthfully, it's for safety reasons. If something happens in one end of the house, you can get out without having to go all the way to the door by the kitchen or all the way through and out the door by the laundry. So we're on the back deck. As I mentioned, it does sit on 4 acres. So about half of the land is behind me and about half of the land is in front of the mobile home. So, you have some woods back here that you could do something with, or you just use them as a buffer. And then as you come in, the driveway is shared all the way to the double wide that sits on the right-hand side of the driveway. And the driveway is actually called Blanche Street, even though that's an unofficial name. All of the land to the north of Blanche Street belongs to this house, and the driveway actually belongs to this house as well. It is an easement given to the people who own the double wide. As I mentioned on the way in, we have these raised beds. They could use some repair, but they're a great place to put your bushes and flowers, and you could even plant your vegetable garden here. Also in front of me is a cement slab. You could fence this in and make it a patio. You could actually decide that you want to get rid of it altogether and start anew and build a really nice garage. Or you could build one on top of this or put one of those Quonset huts on top of it so that you can have your car under cover. As you can see, I'm standing down toward the road, not even halfway there, but down toward the edge of the lawn that's closest to the road. The great part about this is you have all this buffer, so nobody sees what you're doing here, except for the person in that house maybe, and that gives you lots of privacy. Boxes behind me are all fenced in. They are grow boxes. They are great for tomatoes or any edibles that you want to grow, because if you don't put them in there between the birds and the turkeys and the deer, you're probably just going to have stumps. So that's why they put them there. And they were strategically placed so that from about this time of day, the first box will get the sunlight. And as the day goes on and the sun sets in the west, then it kind of moves down the line and just hits all of them so that they have plenty of sunlight and great growing conditions. As you can see, the previous owner used this plastic fencing. You could easily put metal fencing here and put a door in so that you had easy access, and then you could make sure that you had room for them to grow up, because, most deer will not get that tall. If you got a moose in here, I don't know what you're going to do. There's not much you can do. They're going to stick their head through this anyway. But these boxes are well made and they are well protected from the wildlife. Right now, this area beside me, you're like, what is she looking at? Well, in the summer, we have different kinds of plants that grow along here. It's kind of an English garden theme. It has wild roses in it. It has some hydrangea in it. I don't know what else is here, but there's all kinds of flowers along here. You can see that they've got trellises built. They've got little benches throughout. Yes, they need some repair, but it's really a cute little garden. And on this side of me, they've built, I believe it was a cat house. It was, something for the cats to play outside in, and yet not have to worry about whether a fox was coming through the yard or whether they were going to get too close to the road. And, there were things for them to climb on and hide in, and it'd be great for little dogs as well, or even a big dog. If you wanted to use this also as growing space for more vegetables, you could easily do that. put some planters in here or till this up, or even put in hugelkultur, which is a no-till system, and you have easy access through this door. As you can see behind me, we are out toward Route 2, West Broadway now, and this front land is wet. That's why they didn't put the house here in the first place. It's a great buffer between you and the road. I suppose you could try to get permission and fill it in and put another house out here if you wanted to. I believe the lot is big enough for that, but for me, I'd rather have the privacy. This pile behind me is used to fix the road. As I mentioned before, it is April in Maine. It can snow, it can rain, the sun can come out all within the same hour. Until all of the frost is out of the ground, there is no point in putting anything in these holes because you'll just carry it back out on your tires the next time you leave. So when this dries out some, then they will fill this in. You can have somebody come in and grade it if you'd like, and that way you'll have a nice smooth driveway. For the time being, we have mud puddles. It's Maine. We have them everywhere. I'm so glad that you guys have found our channel. I want to remind you to please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to put on all notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. So let's recap. We have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 740-ish square foot, 1987 mobile home on 4.17 acres. It does have a shared driveway for part of the driveway, but you own it. And it is $80,000. It does need some work, but nothing that, a good bit of elbow grease and some home improvement skills wouldn't take care of. The roof on it, it was new in 2024. It's a metal roof. The furnace is fairly new, and it does have, some great gardens and a nice front lawn. Taxes on this are currently $670 a year. You really can't beat that in the town of Lincoln. Give me a call. Carmen McPhail, United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine, 207-290-0371. And keep watching our channel and check out our website at lifestylepropertiesofmaine.com.